All right, so before we actually get into this video, I want to wish everybody a happy new year. 2021 hopefully will be a lot better than 2020. I hope everybody, ushers in a new age of prosperity. That sounds really, really drastic, but you know what I mean. I am 9 days late saying this, but I wanted to make sure that I do say it. The other thing I wanted to say is that I want to thank every single person who watches my videos, and I also want to thank everybody who subscribed. I believe we are at 126 subscribers, and the reason I say we is because this is not only me. Yes, I do these videos and everything, but I see that people are in the comments and asking questions and getting answers and just really sharing their experiences with us. So really, truly, I want to be able to stay humble throughout this journey and just really, share things with people and share these reviews, and hopefully that next person will go ahead and help someone else out. Anyway, I feel like I'm rambling, and I probably am. So let's get to this video. So with the pandemic, a lot of people started working from home, and a lot of those people have never done so before. So I got to thinking, how can I make something, or how can I possibly help someone out, or, give them an idea of what they can actually use to supplement what they're already using. So what we're going to be taking a look at today is the Tab S7 Plus running Windows 10. And if you don't believe me, let's open up Excel. So as you can see here, this is a full version of Excel. Let's open up Word also. And we have a full version of Word. And let's go ahead and open up the File Explorer. All right, so I am not going to stay with that joke. It was probably really in poor taste, most likely. But the video that we're going to be looking at today, or the video that you're looking at today, is going to be how to use your tablet as an external monitor. And I'm going to show you two methods of how to do that. So without further ado, let's actually get on to that. All right, so the first method we're going to use is a method called Space Desk. And to my knowledge, this is completely free, or at least in the way I've been using it, it's completely free. So this is a heavily network-based app, meaning that you'll have to connect to the primary machine being your Windows computer, either over Wi-Fi or Ethernet. The other thing you want to know about it is that it stays connected even if you leave the app. That's important. There's a reason I'm saying that, and you'll see why in the next method. You have multiple settings for performance and quality, resolution settings, including custom resolution, and that's actually important to set before you start using the app, or else in Windows you'll only see two resolutions: the maximum resolution of the display here on your tablet and 1024 by 768 unless you set it to custom. You have advanced touchscreen settings. You have auto rotation settings, which that's also another important thing, and you'll see why in the second method. And you have auto connection settings. So without further ado, let's actually take a look at what it takes to set something like this up. So what you're going to do first is go to the Play Store, and you're going to type in Space Desk. I'll type it in again. And it should come up with an icon like this little green and white icon here. And it should say Space Desk Multi-Monitor Display Extension Screen. So we're going to tap that. And in this case, I already have it installed. So what we're going to do now is open, and you're going to get this thing here that I never read, which I probably should have, but it's a notification. Anyway, let's go don't share this again. And then on the PC, you're going to go to, what is it? I just typed in Space Desk, honestly. And the first instance that came up in the search is the one I went to, but I went here to download. Then once you do that, you're going to go to download now. Okay, you're going to go to download after you go to download now. There we go. And you're going to choose the version that best suits you. I don't know that anybody has Windows 8.1, but if you do, there's a version for it. In my case, I chose Windows 10 64-bit, and that's it. Once you install it, it pretty much boots up, I believe, on its own. If not, you can click the icon. From here, you're going to go into the connection settings. Sorry, not the connection settings. You're going to press connect like I showed you on the screen right there. And as you can see, this is why I was rambling on about certain settings, because right now this is set to, this has to be 1024 by 768. Let's go into display settings. And this looks horrible. Looks very, very horrible, right? So on the second display, well, first of all, you're going to want to extend the displays. That's how you're going to get the most out of this. All right, so there we go. We're going to keep the changes. And then on the second display, which would be your tablet, yeah, see what I mean? So it stays at 1024 by 768 because I didn't set the resolution before I went in here. But we're going to change that. We're going to change it to the full resolution of the tablet, which is 2800 by 1752 in this case. And like I said, this will work with, at least I'm like 98% sure that it will work with mostly any tablet. I don't see why it wouldn't. There's no specifics except for the fact that it's supposed to have a Wi-Fi card. But anyway, now that we got that out of the way, as you can see here, it's a second display, and right now I have this working. Yep. So what I found with this app is that it's best to use this with the Windows 10 hotspot feature. What I mean by that is if you press the Windows and A button, you can see right here that there is a button for the mobile hotspot. And what you're going to do is connect your tablet to the mobile hotspot, and the app honestly performs better that way. You can use it over a wireless network, but I find that obviously with all the traffic going on your network, it's not as stable. But you can do it though. You can also connect using Space Desk by a cable. However, you have to have a device that supports USB tethering. In my case, I have the Tab S7 Plus Wi-Fi variant, so I can't do that. If you have the 5G variant, I'm pretty sure you could, or you could even use this with your phone if you want. But it's better just to kind of connect to the hotspot on your Windows 10 device. Anyway, yeah, so let's take a look at what you can do with this. So yeah, if you want to go ahead, you can have, let's say, for instance, a Word document here and an Excel document here. And literally this works just as if you had two monitors. So I think this is a really cool way to save some money, to possibly, you know, get two things done. I was going to say kill two birds with one stone, but no one should ever kill any birds with stones, or any animals for that matter. Anyway, yeah, so you can see here, this is one of the use cases. I mean, you could also do something like have YouTube playing here. Let's just pick a video. I don't know, let's watch Jeopardy. And yeah, this is just to kind of show you that this works. If you're worried about the sound comes out of the main device. So at least I haven't delved into a way for, well, at least to see if the sound can be pushed to the external device. I'll probably do that in the future and put it in the comment if it can. If I don't put it in the comment, then it can't be done. Anyway, the other really, really cool thing I like about Space Desk is that As you can see here, you can add, well, I've only tried up to 3 devices. I'm pretty sure you can actually add more. But as you can see now, I have my wife's tablet, Surface Pro 7, and then my Tab S7 Plus, and I'm using both the tablets as monitors. So like I said, this is a pretty cool way to save yourself some money. If you already have a tablet or an old tablet laying around, this is going to save you lots of time. There haven't really been too many things that I've encountered wrong with this, but let me give you some things to be aware of. So, like I said before, you must set the default resolution in the settings, or else your tablet display is going to come out looking as if it was a tablet display in 2002, as you can see on this Tab S7 here. Like I showed you how to do it on the Tab S7 Plus. The other thing is that it's heavily network based, so you want to make sure that you are connecting to the hotspot on your Windows 10 computer. You're connecting the tablets to that for the best connection anyway. And you know, you can use the USB device, you can use a USB connection. However, you're gonna have to have USB tethering on the device. So like I said, if you don't have a 5G tablet, 4G tablet, 3G tablet, whatever have you, if there's no USB tethering option, you can't use the tablet wired. Space Desk has no support, at least what I found, has no support for the S Pen. And that's important because in my next part of this video, which is going to show you method 2, there is there's full-on support for the S Pen here. And there can be, well, the other thing to be aware of, there can be some weird artifacting and color distortion depending upon the performance of your network or how you're connecting this. So again, that's the reason I stress you definitely want to connect it to the Windows 10 mobile hotspot. Pretty sure you can do this on an older operating system using Wi-Fi sharing, so you definitely want to look that up. Of course, the displays on all 3 devices are going to be on at the same time, so you probably are going to want to have a power source for them, just so they don't die as fast. Of course, the PC is probably going to die faster than the tablets, but obviously this is running everything. So yeah, this is method 1. This is a totally free, at least like I said, in the way I've been using it, it has been totally free, and it has been phenomenal for me. So now let's take a look at method 2. This is going to be accomplished by using an app called Super Display. So the way you're going to go about finding this is going into the Play Store, and you are going to type in Super Display. Right when you get to like the first letter of the second word, it'll know what you're looking for. Then you're going to go here, Super Display Virtual Monitor and Graphics Tablet. And in this case, I already installed it. So what happens with this now is I actually set this to auto run when I connect a USB cable to my tablet and then to my PC. So you can either go from the icon if you'd want, but what I'm going to do is just make it easier on myself and go ahead and utilize that setting. So once you put it in, Super Display comes up, and voila, you have an external monitor. So a few things about Super Display. One, there is full pressure sensitivity support. You have support for multiple refresh rates, so 30, 60, 90, and 120 hertz on the, well, I guess this is kind of more on the external devices side. So being that the Tab S7 Plus has a 120 hertz display, it can definitely support that. You have USB and Wi-Fi connection, which is actually why I went ahead and purchased this app. And by the way, let me make sure I put this out there. This is not free. You do have a 3-day free trial, but after that is going to be $10 to own the app at that point. But I think it's worth it for just the actual USB connection and the stability of it. The other good thing is that even though it's connecting via USB, you don't have to turn on USB debugging. I don't like turning on USB debugging. It kind of messes up some other stuff for me. But anyway, it's pretty much going to be very similar to what Space Desk offers. You know, you can definitely go ahead and use this as your second monitor. But one of the things you may have noticed with Super Display, and the reason I actually went ahead and purchased it, is because of this USB connection, it's very stable. And by the way, I know I'm talking about the USB connection, but you can also use this display over Wi-Fi similar to the way you can with Space Desk. So again, you would go ahead and connect. Let's actually do that instead of me talking about it, because I like to show things. So if you look here, it says please connect USB or connect over in the Class C IP address that it has given me here. So let's go to my Windows computer and let's type in Super Display and see that's right here. And open that up, and then along this tab here, you're going to see connect via Wi-Fi. You can even go into the advanced settings and see if there's anything you want here. You know, you can go ahead and take a look at that. We're not going to be looking at that right now. As long as this driver status says ready, you're going to be good. You can even disable the driver, so this doesn't work, but let's connect via Wi-Fi. So in this case, let's see, what is that IP address? 168.192.168.137.140. And that's probably going to change unless you're a network person and you know how to keep it the same. In this case, I'm just too lazy to kind of keep it the same, but there we go. And once you put that IP address in, it's supposed to go, oh, there we go. All right, so it just found it. It's supposed to automatically find it. The screen turns blue, and there we go. Now we have another wireless monitor. I don't think I mentioned it, but if you have a tablet that supports its own keyboard, you can actually go ahead and use that keyboard with Windows here. Even over Wi-Fi or USB, it doesn't matter. However, there seems to be limited functionality. Like, I don't think I can right click, because if I do, it kind of emulates a back button. But yeah, as you can see, this is working on Wi-Fi right now. I don't have this connected to the USB-C cable. And the reason I like Super Display, not that I like it better than Space Desk, is because of the USB connection, like I said. So with that being said, now let's talk about some things to actually be aware of. So of course, Super Display is going to run you $10 after that 3-day trial. This app does connect when you leave it. So let's say, for instance, if I go home, you notice that little flash here that you saw on the Windows 10, well, this PC here, the Surface. So that means that Super Display is disconnected, and if you've also noticed, my icons are back over here. So this is no longer projecting my display onto the Super Display app. I have to go back in and I have to reorganize everything. So if I had Windows set up on both devices or set up on both screens, I now have to go back in and reconfigure them. There's a weird thing that happens when I change the screen resolution on the tablet. So let's go up to 2560 by 1600. All right, it didn't happen here, but sometimes I get this weird issue where when I change the resolution of the tablet, that's probably why it didn't happen, because I changed it on the Surface Pro 7. All right, so let's go here and change that. See, I put my mistakes in here just because, you know, I'm human. Everybody's human. Okay, so there you go. What happens is when I change the resolution of the external display, which is my tablet in this case, the screen tends to turn black. So what I have to do is go back and then go back in, and then the display comes up. Minor annoyance, but that's something to definitely be aware of. Now, the other thing is the tablet might draw more battery from the computer if the computer is not on a charger, being that it is connected via USB-C or micro USB or whatever connection you have for your tablet. Like I said, this should work on, I'm 98% sure that it'll work on all tablets, definitely. And the other annoying thing is that the rotation settings must actually be set manually if you want the tablet to be in either portrait or landscape mode. Most people are going to want it to be in landscape mode, but if you have those cases where you want it in portrait mode, you definitely have to set that within the settings, meaning that you have to go back to this main screen here, press the little cog button up here, and go into here and play around with these settings. There's also, actually, this is not something that's too bad, but if you decide to download this app, let me show this little button here. There seems to be this little button that hangs around on the screen here that you can move around. At first, I couldn't figure out how to get rid of it, but it toggles between three things. It toggles between letting you resize the actual display without having to go into the Windows settings. If you press it, it toggles between the touch settings, like using the actual tablet as a touch display, and I believe the last one would disable the touch. Yep, so disable touch. If I had that turned on, it just disables the actual touch functionality of the tablet. So see here, I can't touch anywhere. But in order to turn that off, you have to go into the settings and then down to the on-screen menu settings here, and then turn off show. And go back. No more button on there. And that's pretty much it for this video. Like I said, there are pros. I don't like to say pros or cons because I don't want to shy anybody away from these apps or anything that I kind of show, but there are things to just really be aware of with both of these apps. If I could put things into perspective for everybody, let's move that cable off of there. I would say that someone who needs multi-monitor support is probably going to want to look into Space Desk. You could even use both of these apps in tandem. I've done it before. So I've used Space Desk to do one of the tablets, and then I've used Super Display for the other tablet. So a graphic designer might want to, let's say for instance, get Super Display connected via a USB-C cable because they probably want to draw on this display. And then someone who wants to connect more tablets, when I say tablets, I mean displays, might want to use Space Desk because that supports that. But either way, both of these apps are definitely going to be, I would say, definitely crucial. And there are other apps out there that kind of do this functionality. These were the ones that just worked best for me. So that's what I wanted to show for you. So as always, no matter where you are in the world, have a good day or have a good night. And thank you for watching this video. And thank you again for, like I said, the 126 subscribers. I believe there was one more that was added. It is greatly appreciated, and you know, I'm humbled by it. Didn't really think starting this journey that I would have any subscribers. So it means a lot. It means a lot, everybody. It definitely does. So again, have a good night or have a good day.